Hello and welcome back to another episode of Power Rangers Lore. Today we're going to talk about those fun and lovable Tenga Warriors. Now I had to check myself because apparently there are two versions of the same type of creature. Now there is the Tenga Warriors, which is Tenga, and then Warriors spelled as Warriors should be. And then there's the Tengu, which is Tengu. Now, what is the difference between them? A letter, in truth. That's about it. And basically where they're shown. Now, the Tenga Warriors are essentially from Power Rangers Season 3, and they are basically introduced when Rito Revolta shows up, and as a present, he buries these eggs in the moon's sandy surface to hatch. He calls it the perfect environment, so to speak, but he forgets because he's a numbskull. Get it? And he basically gives them as a gift to Rita eventually. Now, they are a fierce challenge for the Rangers when they first battle them because they're going, oh, okay, we're used to numbskulls and morons like the Putty Patrol who just basically have clay for brains. But the Rangers eventually are able to defeat them when they turn into their Ranger forms. And then sometimes later on when they fight them again, they have to do it fully morphed. It all depends. And from that point on, they would kind of like replace the Putties on many levels because they're just much better than the Putties were on so many other levels. Because they are able to speak fluent English. That's not seen by normal levels of basically any type of minion to this day. There is no real communication besides a few of I think in Mystic Force, some of the higher echelon leaders could speak English, but not the common soldier. By leaders, I mean like they're like I wouldn't say they're like not the monster of the week, but they're like the captains of them. They're like leading them. They're the same level, just a little bit stronger, but they have more intelligence to them. Now, these are the first ones to actually speak English, and are basically from there on out. A lot of them, the minions, do not speak English at all. They're like kind of like the Putty Patrol. They don't have things, or they do. They speak something else. Like I believe that cogs, kind of like beeping and stuff like that, and they all have sound effects, but they don't really have any written language or stuff like that. Well, they would get a power up too when Master Vile arrives, and he gives them special seeds that makes them more deadly and forces the Ranger to fight in their new metallic armor mode, and basically makes their Ninja Ranger powers obsolete at that point. So that's pretty interesting now. Now, the last major appearance was in Power Rangers Zeo in the Good as Gold, where Rita and Zed dispatch the Tengu Warriors to confront the Machine Empire, who counter with their own cogs. And it's kind of a slapfest. No one really wins. It's kind of a stalemate, and both of the groups are kind of like shaking their heads at the end. Like both the bad guys are going, our minions are completely morons. They're incompetent. Like I don't know what's going on there. Now, we would later see a few Tengus appear at Dark Specter's gathering, as well as appear on Onyx, and then also one would appear in Piggys Restaurant in the year 2025, which is only 4 years from now. When Piggy's at Piggy's Restaurant, he's ready to get served food when Piggy is about to deliver it, and the Rangers show up and scare all his patrons away, and they all go fleeing. Well, good job, Rangers, just taking away Piggy's service. So these guys are completely different from the Tengu Warriors. Why? Well, here's the reason why. The Tengu Warriors are from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, and were created by Ivan Ooze. The Tenga Warriors are not exactly sure where they came from. It could be proven any place in truth. It could have been made by Master Vile, but I thought in the comics they basically predate Master Vile and are just an alien race themselves who just devote themselves to the forces of darkness, which I like that too. In the comics, they basically serve Dark Spectre directly and believe him to be a god, and did so for generations, millennia or so ago. So it's pretty interesting to say there. Now, were you guys also confused? Because I thought they were the same thing for the longest time until I was doing research for this video, and I was going, whoa, what is going on here? Apparently, they're two separate things. Now, the only major difference between visually is basically the Tenga Warriors are basically messier and unkept, while the Tengu Warriors are more like regal in appearance and the like. So that's basically it. Now, let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I can give you a pretty decent explanation of that, but there's not much more here going on. They are based off the Tengu creature from Japanese mythology, but that's basically from that point on, guys. Let me know what you guys think. There's there's not much more to be said about these guys, but I just thought it was very interesting when I was doing research that there is two versions of them, and that's it. That's pretty cool, in my opinion. Thank you guys. Have a go, and may the power protect you always. Till next time.